Okay, everybody. So, as you can see, he never saw it coming. It's like he thought, hey, it's been around for years. It's going to continue to be around.
Just kind of came out of nowhere. It was March 2023. Samuel Marino was a software engineer at Indeed for about 8 years. My email finally came through that said I was impacted. He was one of more than 2,000 people laid off. I was naive and thinking that it wouldn't happen just because we had the company had been around for a while, and
there's no guarantees. The company had been around for a while, and the company wants to, in my opinion, to make sure that they stay around. And look what happened. People don't see it coming. You see it, oh, they're laying off over here, but you never think that it's going to be your job. And that's just like the shock factor. Everybody's aware of the fact that, oh, there are layoffs. Yeah, we're in a season of layoffs. But then when it hits you, it's like, wow, this is happening to me. He'd been there for 8 years. 8 years. And now it's over. And I've been hearing people say, hey, this on Indeed about these jobs. You think it's real, these job postings, and sometimes they're not. No surprise. I'm just trying to understand what they've been laying off for the past couple of years. And the problem that we're facing is that, and I think that adds to the worry, more people are laid off. But guess what? It's so hard to find the job replacement. That's the big issue. Where's the next job going to be? How long is it going to take? And it's not uncommon for people to find the next job, and then you look up, oh, hey, some companies are not very transparent. I was telling a friend of mine, we were discussing, I'm like, well, listen, you got to understand. They're not being transparent because people may not take the job. Talk about a ghost job, a job switcheroo. A friend of mine actually went for a job interview, and I think I mentioned this. Turns out the job location is supposed to be at one location. You get there to the actual job interview, and that's when they tell you, oh yeah, actually, it's going to be here. That location was actually more dangerous, and they knew that. She's like, why would you put this location here? Because nobody would show up for the job. So the worker was supposed to be so transparent. Give them 2 weeks notice before you leave the job. Let us know. You just can't up and quit like that. You have to have a sense of decorum. You have to have transparency. But guess what? It's not mutual. And the fact that it's stated in the report that if you're laying off companies with more than 100 people, 60 days notice, that obviously wasn't given. This is a new age. Wake up, try to log in. Well, that's going to be a clue you're laid off. Wake up, look up, here's your email. That's a clue right there. So if they're not in compliance, they could face litigation. People say, well, they'll sue. But in the meantime, in between time, people need their jobs.
100 or more full-time workers to issue a warn notice 60 days before plant closure or mass layoffs. I don't know if Indeed's in compliance with the Warn Act. With 100 or more full-time workers to issue. It seemed like the CEO jumped the gun. Legislation requires businesses with 100 or more full-time workers to issue a warn notice 60 days before plant closure or mass layoff. I don't know if Indeed's in compliance with the Warn Act, the way they've arbitrarily done this, so they're going to probably face significant litigation. Timmons warns against signing anything. You may actually have legal rights far in excess of the severance being offered.
Yes, and as a friend of mine, I may have mentioned this prior on this channel, was at work, and they were telling everybody to, hey, gotta sign these forms, sign these forms, sign these forms. And it was like, no, these forms have to be signed today. It's like, wow, that's a rush. And everything is, of course, DocuSign. And of course, you're busy working, trying to keep your production up. They're not telling you that, hey, you're going to be out of here. Sign these forms. So he kind of put it off. So the next day, they let him know it has to be signed today. There was no time to read. Again, this is all DocuSign. You're looking at a couple of pages. So he starts to scan through it, And then he found a clause in there that they were saying that basically by signing this form, you are admitting to that the fact that you were considered not in compliance with the company. And he was like, "What do you mean not in compliance? I haven't broken any rules. I am in compliance. You're not in compliance." And he then checked it out. That was there for a reason. Because you want to know why? If you were not considered in compliance, you know what they could do then? They could then turn around and say, "Oh, guess what? When you sign that form," and pretty much all the people signed, and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, I got three or four people that haven't signed, and you're the last one I'm calling. It has to be signed today." Well, when you sign that form, people didn't realize that that could be used as an avenue to deny you the unemployment benefits. Why? Because you signed these forms, didn't get a chance to read them, and the forms state specifically that you are not in compliance with the company's policies. So when those people went to go sign, once that form is signed, what do you think is going to happen when they go to file for unemployment benefits? The unemployment benefits will more than likely be declined because you signed that form. And the people won't figure that out until, let me guess, you go to apply for the benefits. It's all thought out, it's all planned. So he's right about signing things. Oh, you got to be very careful. You could be signing your rights away. Unbelievable. You think that was done by accident? No, it's planned. So once they signed the form, guess what happened? Signed the form, next day, boom, laid off. That's why they were in such a rush. These companies are looking out for themselves. And that's why you have to look out for you. So one thing I would say, not to be so quick to, "Oh, sign this, you gotta sign, we need you to sign, we need you to sign." Yeah, about that, I'm gonna have a little problem. Not gonna sign today. And tomorrow doesn't look so good either. So that he did some reading over it. He was like, "This is what's asking me to sign?" That you agree that you're not in compliance. So all they have to do is pull that one section out of the form. Here's your signature. Well, the person was fired for a reason. And then next thing you know, you will be denied the unemployment benefits, all by design. This is where we are. But hey, as a worker bee, you're supposed to bring loyalty. But the problem is the loyalty is on a one-way street. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you all think. No one is safe. It seems somebody's getting laid off almost every day. Unbelievable. And I'm out. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share.